What it do, man? It's your boy Josh. We back up in this thing with another one. We woke up this morning. It's another beautiful day. All praise to the Most High, man. Let's get it. Hey guys, I'm sorry I've been gone for the past couple of weeks, man. I'm finally back to some normalcy. I've been all over the place. And with this video topic, man, I'm coming back with a strong one, and that's simply don't be someone's sometimes. In this video, I want to talk about the importance of self-respect, what it means to have respect for yourself, what it means to have standards, boundaries, and to enforce those standards and to enforce those boundaries, and to don't sit there and settle for less. If you settle, that is the prerequisite, that is the pre-notion to disappointment. Your expectations, don't lower them for anybody. Don't lower them for yourselves. Whatever you want, you shall have. And you need to honestly believe that. And that also means people. Whatever type of people that you want, whatever type of person that you want to be with, that you want to be around, people that are in your friend group, in your close circle, enforce those standards. You can receive or be around an environment where you are thriving and around people that don't just want to kick it with you sometimes, but kick it with you all the times, want to be there for you 24/7, be there to support you. You can have that. You are deserving of that. You need to tell yourself that you are. You need to start having more positive self-talk. If you are acknowledging, if I'm talking to somebody right now that is somebody sometimes, where sometimes you hear from them, sometimes you may go out with them, sometimes that constant state of confusion, the reason why that is continuously happening is because you are allowing it. You are accepting it. It is not on them. They do not need to correct themselves. They do not need to change. We are not worried about them. We cannot control them. We can only control us. We should only be worried about us. We should not try to change people. But if you're going to change anything, let's change who we are. Let's change what we stand for. Let's change our standards. Let's change how we view ourselves. Let's change what we think that we're deserving of. That's what I want you to change. Don't focus on them. Don't focus on the outside. Don't focus on what they're doing and how they're treating you. Focus on what you're allowing. Focus on what you deem as okay. And if you are unsatisfied with being a sometimes ass dude, bro, then what are you willing to do to change it? Are you willing to stand 10 toes down? Because that's what a lot of men have to do. A lot of men are controlled by their emotions, controlled by their lust, and they won't stand 10 toes down on what they firmly believe in. Stand 10 toes down on what they want. Settling. Lowering the bar. Okay, I'm going to let her slide on this one. Okay, I'm going to let them slide on this one. So you're going to keep on letting them slide, and you just basically letting them know that the disrespect that they keep sending you is okay. Why? Because you're going to keep letting them slide. You're going to keep letting them get away with it. You're going to keep sitting there suffering in silence and be mad and angry and frustrated. But the only person that put you in this position is you. If you're tired of dealing with these females that, you know what I'm saying, they do activities that you ain't in agreement with, bro, stand 10 toes down. See, you don't want to stand 10 toes down. Why? Because you're controlled by your lust. And therefore, you're not in control. Something has control over you. These people that are considering you sometimes, that's really what it is. They have control over you instead of you having control over yourself. You have no control over your life. How does that feel to be a human being that's one who is responsible for the life that you live? One that did not ask to be here, but you're here now. Since you're here now, let's make it the best it possibly can be. Do harder things. Use this example here. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, Miles Morales, and they were talking about Across the Spider-Verse. You know what I'm saying? What's the Spider-Verse? Spider-Verse is just basically the metaverse. It's just basically alternate realities. the same, like a different version of an ourself in a different universe. on a parallel, somewhat timing or something like that. Look at yourself living in one universe where life is great. And then imagine yourself living in a universe where life is horrible. What are some of the things, or how does the person in this universe, the A universe, universe A, what are some actions and some standards and some things that they would do to cultivate a positive life? And what is different about what universe A Josh does versus universe B Josh does? Universe B Josh does is very pessimistic, is very negative, will settle for anything, will allow any sort of maltreatment as long as he can be accepted. Why? Because he cannot accept himself. Willing to do things and be the one to be the end of the joke, to all those things that I'm naming. Being somebody sometimes, you know what I'm saying, wanting for more, wishing for more, hoping for more, but not really doing anything to, you know, consider myself to be deserving of more. Now you look over in universe A Josh. What does universe A Josh do? You know what I'm saying? Universe A Josh is somebody who looks at life positively, who looks at negative situations, or when somebody spills negativity over to his way, he lets that junk roll off his shoulder. You feel me? When he sees somebody that's disrespecting him, not seeing him the way that he views himself, he's willing to allow that person to be away from his life, because he understands that if he continues to allow this person to know that this standard is actually lower, then eventually what he will think of himself will then become lower. I don't want you guys to think lowly of yourselves. I want you to think highly of yourself. When you walking through, bro, everything that you get in this life positively, do not be surprised of it. Have the mindset that you are deserving of it. If you want it, it shall be yours. If you want it, it shall be yours. What's stopping you from having it? You're the only person that's in the way. You're the only person that believes that it can't be done. Well, Josh Holt is here to tell you that, hey, it can be done. And I just want you to know that in this universe, this reality, do you want this universe to replicate that universe B example that I gave? Or do you want it to replicate that universe A? If you want it to replicate the universe A, then we got to stand on business. We got to stand 10 toes down on what we want, what we deserve. I'm a cold dude. There's certain things that I'm not going to allow myself to go through. There's certain things that I'm not going to put myself exposed to. I have understood that there are some people that are not deserving of my presence. Why? Because I'm a cold dude. If I look at somebody who I'm interested in, inspired, let's say I see a nice little lady over there, and she's not giving me the energy back, she's not viewing me the way that I view myself. She's not showing that high interest, that high, like, oh man, because I love myself. And if she's not giving me that vibe of like, oh man, this dude, I'm highly interested, I'm moving on. Because I don't need anybody around me that's going to try to get me to think that, man, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm not deserving of this. No, I am deserving of this, and I'm going to sit here and wait. So I'm willing to pass on that. I'm willing to just, you know what, man, I don't even need it that bad. Why? Because I'm in control. I'm not out of control. My lust is not controlled. I refuse to let my lust control me. I refuse to let a woman's, what they offer control me. I refuse. I refuse to go through what if I allow that to control me, I refuse to deal with what that comes with. Potentially being hurt. Potentially not feeling satisfied in this relationship. Consistently thinking that maybe I can do better. Maybe this isn't the person, but I'm not willing to, do the actions in line with my thoughts. Why? Because I'm out of control. I'm not in control. Get in control, fellas. The life that you have, bro, it's yours, and it can be as good, but you gotta stand on business on what you believe, bro. Don't be convinced that you tripping. Don't be convinced that you should let them slide, or that you should accept being somebody sometimes. Bro, I'm Josh Holt. What do I look like accepting somebody sometimes? If she don't look at me as if I'm the full-time guy, then bro, I don't want it. I'm good, dog. I'm good, bro. Why? Because I know I'm not deserving of that. Out of all this work that I put in, all that I've sacrificed, Where I see myself going, the potential, bro, oh no, sir, bro. You got me messed up. I have faith in the Most High that I know for a fact that this right here, he did not send me this. This is not what he has designed for me. No doubt about it. I'm not rocking with this. And and when I say no to that, I communicate to the Most High that, Lord, I trust in your plans. I don't try to understand. I don't try to connect the dots of everything that's outside of my control. I have full faith and trust and confidence in your plan, and that when the timing is right and when you're ready for me to move on and be around these quality people, the time is going to happen. But I got full faith and trust and confidence that it will happen. That's another thing. Y'all really don't got no true faith. Y'all don't really got no true belief, no true confidence that this life. So if you don't have faith, if you don't have belief, how can it happen? That's the first step. Is you need to really believe that you can really, that the Most High can really deliver if you obey. Because when the Most High gives you that dumb chick that's coming in your vicinity, and you know you ain't got no business dealing with her, and she's showing signals and she's showing signs and she's showing you that you are a sometimes type of dude, can you be obedient and listen to the Most High and pay attention to the signs? Because ask yourself, is this what God has planned for me? Is this how he really wants me feeling? As a son of God, do you think that your parent, your spiritual father, wants you to feel like that? He has you going through these experiences so you can exercise faith, exercise confidence, exercise loving yourself above all, loving yourself and loving him first, and then loving yourself. Do not look for fulfillment, or don't look for that love to come from outside of those two. Don't expect it. Don't set that expectation. Don't look at it as somebody owes you that. No, you owe it to yourself. You're seeking that love. You're seeking that fulfillment. Seek God, bro. Seek yourself. Stop trying to seek validation. Seek the validation from the Most High. Seek the validation when you look at yourself in the mirror. Do you like what you see? Don't worry about what everybody else see or what everybody else think. Do you like what you see? Transform. Be a universe 8 type of dude. What type of dude? What does the things that universe A Josh does versus universe B does? Universe A stands on business. He ain't here with as soon as he sees some goofy stuff heading his way, man, he already turned it. He's like, I don't even got no time. I don't need nobody taking me off my grind. I don't need nobody shifting my focus. I don't need nobody to even tip me thinking that that I should have more faith in them as opposed to having faith in the Most High. I'm not even going to allow it. I'm not even going to let it get started. I already know that this is going to end, that this right here got an expiration date, so I'm not even going to open the package. I'm not even going to see it through. You already showing me the signs. Oh, I'm going to listen to you, Most High. I'm going to obey. I'm going to stand on business. Why? I'm deserving of more. I'm deserving of more. I know what you got planned for me is better than this. Bump this. I'd rather not, bro. I'm on to the next. I'm on to bigger and better things, and I'm willing to wait for however long I gotta wait for it. But until it comes, bro, I'm gonna control everything that I can control. I'm gonna keep putting this work in. I'm gonna keep elevating. I'm gonna keep trying to be. I'm gonna keep being, not trying to be. I'm gonna keep transforming into the best version of myself. I'm gonna just keep getting colder and colder day by day, raising my standards higher and higher and higher. And if they want to have me as a sometimes, I know they ain't gonna want to have me as a sometimes this time next year, not this time 5 years from now. Oh no, oh no. See, no just means not right now. But once you elevate, watch how they circle back. But then at that point, you should already be on the bigger and better. They've already shown you who they are. And at that point, you got your options. You can choose what you can and can't deal with. That's the later versions. That's when you honestly have fulfilled the objective of having respect for yourself, standing on business, and not changing for nobody, not changing your values for anybody, not changing your standards, not changing your boundaries for anybody, bro. Straight up like that. As a man, stand 10 toes down. Be in control. Don't ever be out of control. Be in control of the situation. Be willing to say no. Be willing to make the harder decision. Do the harder right decision versus the easy wrong decision. Exercise discipline, doing things that you don't want to do, but knowing that it's the best option and it's what you should do. So you bump off how you feel, you bump off what everybody's telling you, you bump off all that stuff because you have in consideration your future self. You owe it to yourself. You know that if you don't give it to yourself, nobody else will. So you choose the harder right versus the easy wrong. That's if you do what's right, if you do what's hard, life will be easy. It's simple. It's simple. That's how the universe works. That's how the world works, bro. But it first starts right here in the mind with your belief. If you don't believe that you are deserving of it, then you will still consistently be in that same spot. You need to believe that you are deserving of it. And in order to validate that belief, you need to become a guy that actually deserves it. That can actually look at yourself in the mirror and say, yeah, I deserve it. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, yeah, I don't meet my demands is not, then you got to do some work. That's why I say focus on yourself. Focus on what you can do instead of focusing on all these external matters. Become cold. Become that guy. Become him. Become that dude, bro. And in the process of becoming that dude, bro, you gotta sacrifice. You gotta put some hours in. You gotta work. You gotta go. You gotta be willing to be alone. You gotta be willing to say, man, I got more respect for myself. I'm not gonna sit here and be a sometimes. I'm not gonna allow this anymore. I'm not going to be controlled by my lust. I'm not going to be controlled by my flesh. I will control my flesh. I am in control. I will control how this goes from now on. I will dominate life from this point on. I will no longer concede to all these desires, my earthly desires, my flesh, all my emotions, my feelings. I will assert dominance right now. I am in charge of this life. I owe it to myself. I will dominate right now, and I believe it. And if I believe it, I'm going to start walking as if it's already happened. Walking as if I'm living in universe A. I got faith in you, bro. If you got belief in yourself, I got belief in you too, man. Put the work in. Let's put the work in. Let's put the work in. Let's stop playing around with these boys, man. That's all I got for y'all boys, man. Before y'all go, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm gonna holler at y'all boys.